I'm Cecil McNeil, a writer and filmmaker, and welcome back to my vlog. So as I said the last time, I recently moved back to my country of birth, Nigeria, and it's been quite a culture shock in some aspects and a joy in others. But yesterday, something really dramatic happened. So I moved into the building I live in a few months ago, and it's a brand new building. My neighbors and I are the very first people to live here, and yet the place has 1,001 problems, and we've complained and complained, so finally I couldn't take it anymore. So I called the caretaker and I told him, okay, just come over, let's have a meeting with all my neighbors and solve all these things. And it quickly escalated into a full-on brawl. Like, we were talking one minute, the next thing people were screaming, and I'm like, guys, stop screaming. And he was screaming back, and I'm like, stop screaming. And everyone's like, don't tell us what to do. And it got all crazy. And then a neighbor now got into his face and like punched him, and after that things just went crazy. And I'm like, what the hell? They started fighting, and I'm like, are you kidding me? It was absolutely ridiculous. And it made me think, on a surface level, Nigerians and Americans, because I lived in LA for a couple of years, and despite what we see on the news of America being a violent place with gun violence, and it is when it comes to that sort of thing, but on the day-to-day, when you meet the average American, they're actually very polite and very nice in person. So it made me wonder that, okay, when you compare the average Nigerian, the average American, who's more violent? Americans less violent than Nigerians? No. Why they're not violent is because there are consequences. No matter how someone pisses you off in the US, if you punch them in the face, they will call the police and you could go to jail or get fined. They could sue you to court and you could, serve some real prison time or, get community service. So because of all those consequences, no matter what someone does, it makes you think, it makes you calm down and react calmly. But here, if you punch someone, oh well, nothing will happen. Even if they call the police and miraculously they showed up, well, all you have to do is just pull them aside and give them a little bribe and case dismissed. So because of that, it kind of makes us, animalistic a little bit. And hey, don't get offended, is the truth. Especially here in Lagos, like, man, people can be quite ratchet for no reason, but that's how it is. And then on the flip side, it's sad because that's kind of the only way things get done. So for instance, before that neighbor punched my caretaker, he was all, nonchalant about our problems. We're complaining, and he was like, well, you know what, deal with it yourself. You live here now, it's your problem. And it's like, no, it's not. So when the guy punched him and they fought, and he quickly saw that, okay, weren't the ones that he could just, take advantage of and behave anyway, he immediately calmed down and ended up solving the problem that he should have done in the first place. So it made me think, like, unfortunately, open eye, as we call it, works. It made me remember just a few weeks ago as the lockdown begun. I had gone to the petrol station to buy petrol, not for a car, but for my generator, because light is so shitty here, and you do that all the time. But anyway, because lockdown was about to happen, like full lockdown, of course, people were crazy buying, and the line was sick. And by line, I mean the people gathered around the pumping station, because for some reason, Nigerians never line up for anything. I don't know why. And line up at the ATM, they barely line up at the grocery store. I don't understand why. That's a whole nother topic. But anyway, there we were all crowded at the petrol station, and I just stood back because of social distancing. I didn't want to even get involved. So normally, because no one lines up, when you arrive at an ATM or pumping station, you look around and you figure out who's next until your turn. And even if you don't know who's first or second or third, at least you know all the people who came before you, so you make sure they all go, then you go. But then this bunch of new people arrived, and they were like pushing in front and trying to go before the people who were already there. And I quickly realized if I remained calm and just stayed away, they were definitely going to go before me. So immediately I had to push forward too as well. And then some guy tries to put his gallon ahead of mine. I'm like, don't even try it. He immediately backed off. And then when it was my turn, he's like, madam, it's your turn to go ahead, put your gallon. So open eye works. Unfortunately, you always have to show that, hey, I'm not the one to be messed with, and it's kind of sad, and it's not good, because at the end of the day, anger doesn't solve anything. Yes, righteous anger might solve a thing or two, but anger is useless. And if we're too busy fighting each other and always in each other's faces, things never get solved. And that's why the country is the way it is. Because we're too busy, being aggressive, thinking of our own interests, trying to, embed our own lives and not thinking of the community or our country as a whole, and nothing will ever get done. Like that issue with my caretaker yesterday, the whole thing should have taken 10 minutes, yet it took the whole freaking day, and that's terrible. So we just need to, calm down. I'm not saying, let people take advantage of or be a pushover. No, but take a deep breath and calmly express yourself. Anger is not the answer. Violence is never the answer. Okay? Well, that's it for today. I'll see you next time. In the meantime, love, peace, and serenity. Take care. Bye-bye.